Hello, and welcome back to the talk. It's another week to blab about something, as we always say over here. And this week, I would actually like to talk to you about how to blab to your doctor. Yeah, to blab to your doctor. Because I have realized that a good lot of us, or a good number of people, don't know how to talk to their doctors. Many of us are scared of the doctor because we go in there and we don't get the answers that we want to receive, or we come out hearing worse news than we expected to receive, and then it feels like, oh, the doctor doesn't know what he's talking about, he doesn't have my best interest at heart, and stuff like that. So today we're going to learn how to talk to our doctors. Okay, so first things first, yeah? When we fall ill, the first thing that comes to mind is, I want to get better. As simple as that. When your body doesn't feel good, when your mind doesn't feel good, when something's bothering you, the first things first is, how do I make this go away and get back to what normal feels like? I'd like to start off by saying that your doctor is human, okay? He's not a machine, he's not a spirit, he's human. Which means that he doesn't know what is going on inside your body, and he doesn't know what you're thinking in your mind. So you've got to learn how to communicate that to him or to her. Your doctor is a person. He has or she has her own brain, her own logic, her own body that she's also taking care of as a person. So you come into your doctor with an ailment or an ailment, knowing fully well that they are a professional, means that you have to be ready to provide information for this professional to help you. Just as when you're building a house, you tell the architect or the engineer or the foreman, the person in charge of the house, really what you want for the house, the specifics you want for the house, the measurements you want, the aesthetic you want the living room to have, the aesthetic you want the guest bathroom to have. The same way that you tell the constructor this, and you also tell the interior designer, oh, I want beige, brown, warm earthy tones in the living room. In the first guest bathroom, I want it to be like a cool pavilion, some blue, some white, different shades of blue, sky blue, dark blue, something just to spice up the room, make it look nice. And the same way you do that where you're building a house is the same way you should talk to your doctor. You talk to your doctor and you blab it out, say everything. Like, I walk into a doctor's office right now and I'm like, or I go, I have a headache, and that's it. That's all the information. And then the doctor's nice, the doctor's really nice. He tries to get a bit more out of me, or she tries to get a bit more out of me, and they go, what side of your head do you have the headache? How does the headache feel? Is it a sharp pain? Is it a dull pain? Is it a pounding pain? Is it consistent, or does it come and go? Things like that. And I'm like, I have a headache. And maybe I make an effort to answer. I'm like, I have a headache on this end of my head. It's dull, but it feels like it's pounding. It comes and goes. It does. So it comes today. Tomorrow when I sleep and wake up, it's gone. Then at some time in the afternoon, it comes back. Things like that. I'm not blabbing. The doctor's getting information from me, yes, but it isn't enough information for him to determine what exactly is the issue. And I'm going to play a second scenario here, from I have a headache to what you're actually meant to say in this case. I don't want blab because you want to say as much as possible when you're talking to your doctor. You want to spell it all out. So rather than going, I have a headache, we should go, good morning, I have a headache on this end of my head. He hasn't asked, mind you, but just the same way we take initiative when working or when at work, when your boss tells you to do something, you go the extra mile to do it. You should do that with your doctor too. So your doctor doesn't have to ask for information before you tell him what's wrong with you. You should be willing to give information to get better. Okay, so I go to the doctor, I have a headache, it's on this side of my head, it comes and goes, It's quite a sharp pain, so I get it mainly in the mornings or mainly in the afternoons. Okay, let's say mainly in the afternoons. I get it mainly in the afternoons after I've worked about 4 to 6 hours of the day. In the morning I sleep, I wake up, I feel good, but like by about 1 o'clock in the afternoon when the sun's out, you know, I'm feeling quite good, about to get to lunch, my head starts aching, and I don't like that. The last week or the previous week I was working on a major project. It was a lot of stress, but I have taken a break. I took a 3-day leave, and I hoped that the 3-day leave will be enough for my body to recover, and I think it has, but I still have a headache, and I don't like that I have a headache. Also last month I came in for some tests done, some blood work, and I'm Nigerian, so I'm gonna use that. So last month when I came for some blood work, it was said that I had malaria, and I know that a headache is a symptom of malaria, but since I've treated it, it definitely shouldn't be that. I have given history to my doctor. I have given a lot that he can use to rule out what is not the problem with me. I should leave the hospital feeling very fulfilled at the end of this visit. It's not that the doctor cannot ask me all these questions. He definitely can, and he definitely would, or he definitely should, because he's trying to figure out what the prognosis is, what the problem is. I'm simply saying that volunteering this information makes it easier for you to get a diagnosis from your doctor. Blabbing, in as much as it may not be the best term, but it is the most effective in this case point. Blabbing in this context basically means say everything. Say every single thing that you possibly think could be related to the issue that you are having. That's what I mean. When you want to speak to your doctor, the first thing I want you to note is do not withhold information. Do not. Say it all. In as much as you may not think it's related, say it all. You had blood work done last month, mention it. In as much as you may be coming in for a headache, like I just gave a scenario of, say it. Say I came in for blood work last month. If you've not gotten the test results, say I haven't gotten the test results, but I came in for blood work last month. Say every single thing to your doctor. You fell out of bed yesterday, mention it to your doctor. Because you are not a medical professional, okay? He is the professional in this field. If he thinks it is relevant information, that is his business. Your business is to give as much information as possible. There are people who believe that what they believe is wrong with them is what is wrong with them, in as much as what the doctor says. And I get it. You have a symptom, or you have an ailment or something, you have a fever or something, and then you tend to get fevers when you have this certain illness. And so when you go to the doctor, just for the sake of formality, there's some of us I do that will go for the sake of formality, but like, let's just go so nobody will say we didn't go. Kudos to you. Kudos. So when you go to your doctor, you have an expectation of what you expect it to be. Yeah? Let your expectation not come forefront to what it actually is, or what the doctor is telling you that it is. For example, I went to the hospital. I gave a scenario of the headache. So my belief is that my headache is caused by stress, and the doctor could say, oh, we ran a couple of tests and it appears that you may just have a migraine. It's not stress. The migraine may be triggered from stress, but you have a migraine. And in my mind, I'm like, no, it's gonna be stress. I'm gonna go sleep it off. I just came for the sake of formality, you know, just so people won't say I didn't go. So whatever you tell me, I'm not gonna believe that, because I believe it is because of stress that my head aches. The doctor just told it's a migraine. And yes, there are scenarios where doctors are wrong. Of course there are. But you don't even have faith in the person that you believe could help you. So don't let your expectations cut you short from reality, okay? You run a couple of tests, the doctor tells you it's a migraine, not a stress-induced headache. or maybe the stress induced the migraine which gave you a headache. It happens. Okay, if you don't believe him, get a second opinion. It's as simple as that. You don't believe the first two opinions, get a third opinion. Take your charts, take your scans, take your tests, go to another waiting room, see another doctor, say to him, this doctor told me this, I want a second opinion. Do you really think it is? Because there are scenarios where we believe that we know more than the doctor, and we tend to do what we want to do, and it doesn't always end up well. So when going to see your doctor, after blabbing, be open-minded to what he's telling you. Okay, be open-minded to what he's telling you. The third thing that I want you to know with regards to this topic is talk to your doctor with respect. Okay, there are people that do not respect their doctors. They do not. They, especially people that have been to the doctor so many times, or they keep going for a certain reoccurring illness, and the doctor keeps giving them hope that it will be fine, and it's not fine. I get that. It's frustrating. It's saddening. It is painful for you to keep on going for a certain thing over and over again, and it just feels like somebody's playing with your feelings, or somebody's giving you false hope and constantly letting you down. I get it. It is not equal to or greater than the respect that your doctor desires or deserves, because your doctor is a human being too. I think we tend to forget that doctors are human. They aren't God. So give your doctor the respect he deserves. Listen to your doctor. Some of us, we go to the doctor and we don't listen. Oh, that's the greatest one. We don't listen. So why are you there? Why? For the courtesy of it? Because doctors don't need courtesy visits. You know, some people argue that doctors pray for people to fall sick. I studied medicine. I do not pray for anyone to fall sick. Okay, I didn't study medicine. I studied physiology, and I do not pray for anyone to fall sick. Listening to your doctor, it is so important. I don't know, I can't overemphasize the importance of listening to your doctor. You should listen to your doctor. It's as simple as that. Listen to them. You may not agree with what they say, and that is fine. You know, you're a person. You're entitled to your opinions, to your knowledge, your objectives, and whatnot. But listen to them. They have something to say. Pay attention. Okay? Some of us, we don't listen to the doctors. We just go in, we say something, we say, I have a headache. He asks us like 10 questions. And within the 10 questions, we're like, this person doesn't know shit. How did they get their degree? Oh my god. And then he goes, so you may just have a simple stress inclined or stress related headache, and I will prescribe some Tylenol or paracetamol for you, and you should all be good to go. And in your mind the whole time you're like, why didn't he prescribe ibuprofen or diclofenac? That's what I usually take. Why didn't he prescribe that? You know, did you tell your doctor that you take ibuprofen for your headaches? You didn't. Or that you take diclofenac for your headaches? You didn't. Did you tell your doctor that these headaches reoccur? No, you just came and said, I have a headache. And then your doctor probably asks, how did you sleep last night? Have you been ill recently? Any blood work done? Is it reoccurring? Does it come and go? And in all these questions, you're like, I just want to get out of here. So why did you come in the first place? You know, the same way when you want to build a project, you build up to it. You know, you research and all that. You gotta research your health history for what you had done previously that you think may, I use may in quotes because it may not be right, but you should have an open mind to listen to what your doctor honestly has to say. So the 3 takeaways from here: blab to your doctor. Blab. Pour it out. Blah. Pour out all that you think may or may not be related to what you have. Blab. Blab to your doctor. He will decide if it's useful or not. Your job is to provide information on how you feel. Or if you can even write it down in a book, you know, just so when they ask you to provide the book or the piece of paper, it's great. That's your doctor. The second thing is, don't let your expectations cut short the reality of your situation. So you have an ideology of what you think you have, that's great. Listen to what your doctor has to say, because he's run the test. He has the knowledge. So let your expectation of what you may have cut you short from the reality of what you actually have. And then third and finally, listen to your doctor, give them the respect that they deserve, because some of us, we just don't read our doctors, therefore we do not listen to them. God created doctors too, you know. He didn't just create pastors and pharmacists and teachers. He also created doctors. So if he didn't have need for doctors, he wouldn't have created them. So there's your food for thought for today. So when next you go to visit the doctor, or when next you go to see the doctor for something that's bothering you or making you uncomfortable, think about it. You know, blab, blah, pour it out. Blab to your doctor. Blab it out. Say it all. There is nothing wrong in oversharing health information with your doctor. Your doctor needs all the information he can get to make the best diagnosis for you. And if you're not forthcoming with the information, you just may not end up getting what you want to get from the hospital visit. So blab to your doctor. And I'll see you next week on the Tiny Chair Talk.